Okay, so with the addition of tasks in RB9, the order date and due date have been moved to each task. This lets you track each task and make sure things are being completed in a timely manner. You now have the ability to send assigned resources their overdue tasks report, and you can also send clients their future job calendar, and we'll take a look at these two. So first, let's talk about the order date and due date moving to the task level. By moving these items to the task level, we can now keep up with each task individually, and each resource's outstanding tasks can be tracked with their own dates and not interfere with any other portion of the job. Maybe reporters and videographers have different due dates. Then you can set those due dates per the specific task. Maybe a job is back ordered. This will allow you to add a new task for the back order and assign the resource to it. That new back ordered task will have its own order date and due date, and now you don't have to change the job order date and due date to reflect the back order like you had to do in RB8. So let's take a look at this. Let's look for job number 18312. And we can see the job status is already billed here. So we're going to say this job was billed for an appearance, but it did not write. So let's go ahead and go into this job. And now the client wants to order a transcript. So we're going to click on edit to enter edit mode. And let's go to the task section. So here we see the first task. It was a depo. Barbara took it. We billed the appearance. So now we need to let Barbara know that she needs to turn in the ASCII file. So we're going to add another task. Let's click add. Task type will be order transcript. So here, the order date automatically defaults to today, the day you're creating that task. But you can set that to whatever day they're actually ordering the transcript. And again, this differs from anything tied to the original job scheduling. Due date, you can set manually if you want to. Otherwise, if you leave that blank, when you save this task, RB will calculate the due dates based on your business unit's days that you give. Let's leave it blank. So let's go ahead and now we're going to assign our resource, and this will be Barbara. So we assign Barbara. We're going to click save, and it works out very well. We want to notify her again, so we click yes. Check Barbara, email at the top. Back order sheet is already selected, so we're going to send her a back order form. And click send. There we go. Nice and easy. All right, so now let's talk about the overdue tasks report. So let's go ahead and close this job. And let's click on calendar and send overdue task. So in RB8, there was no way to send your resources an email letting them know their jobs were overdue. If you wanted to perform such an operation, you had to do that outside of RB8. We've added the send overdue task report so you can send them a reminder email of their tasks that are overdue. You can simply just click search to get a list of all the resources that have overdue tasks. Or if you look at the top left, you can be specific and you can search for one resource at a time. It's up to you. Now, I want you to notice a couple of things in looking at the data to the right. The checkboxes to the left of the names, not everyone has one. Well, that's because I do not have an email address for all of my resources. So RB9 will not allow me to send those that do not have an email address in their setup. Then to the right of that, the total task column. Those numbers are all clickable links. If you click that link, you can preview the actual overdue task report for that particular resource. So here we can see Ted has 4 tasks that are outstanding. If I really wanted to just send Ted's, there is a send option in the preview mode, but let's go ahead and close that. If you wanted to send them all, you could check all. Doesn't matter. But let's just go ahead and just check Ted down here. And then there's a send option at the top right. So this will ask you if you want to see the actual email first, or if not, we're not going to look at it. Just click OK. and it's going to send right on the spot, and the operation was successful. And then we'll look over to the right, it tells you email sent successfully. Okay, let's take a look at the send future calendar. Let's go ahead and close this. So we'll click on calendar, send future calendar. You can now email your client a list of their future jobs. In RB8, there was the ability to email the calendar, but you had to do it one firm at a time. RB9 allows you to send out the entire future calendar to all clients at one time, or you can specify a date range for the jobs on the report that is sent out. This will allow you to provide a report for your clients when they ask in an easier manner. So let's look up a firm. We're going to click the firm lookup button, and we're going to search for Pearson Spector and select the firm. And for the job date range, let's do now until the end of the year. So job date from today all the way to the end of the year, and let's click search. So this will show you the detail of the firm and show you how many jobs they actually have. Total jobs is a clickable link, and if we click that link, you will get a preview of the future calendar. As you can see, we can see that job right there, and scrolling down, there's more. And again, we can click send right here since you're in preview mode if you want to, or you can close it. And again, if you had more firms, you could check them all off by hitting check all and then click send here. So let's go ahead and send that, click OK, and successful. In RB8, you had the ability to tie legal assistants to the attorneys that they work for in the contacts function. This would follow through to when you scheduled a job, as the system would display the assistant in the ordered by drop-down field. If you did not use assistants, you could always free type a name into that field. The problem with that is that the free typed data cannot be tracked. Data can change, and there was no specific record that the ordered by could belong to. In RB9, we now call the ordered by scheduled by, and that particular field is now linked to the contacts function. Once you select the scheduling firm, the system will show you all of the contacts that are tied to that firm, so you can choose accordingly. This will make it easier to keep up with who's scheduling jobs for you and get those job number counts, because when you're searching for jobs entered and tied to the scheduled by field, it will be exact because it's tied to the contact and not a free typed name. In RB8, any job location could be updated to reflect a new change and affect any previously scheduled job. This could cause a big problem because the location of an old job might not have needed to change. If you ever build third party and the location appears on the invoice, then changing the location would change the invoice location displayed, and then your invoices don't match with what you originally sent out. Now you have the ability for RB to set the location to never change if the location information is updated in the entity setup, or you can allow the entity change to update the job location as well. When a job goes forward, an attorney from the scheduling firm might show up, but a lot of times it's not the ordering contact for that job scheduled in RB8. So after the job date passes, you have to go back into RB8, change the ordering contact on the job, and then there's only one problem. You have to remember to update the job party as well to reflect that change. In RB9, if the ordering contact is ever changed on the job, the original job party that was added will be updated to reflect that change. In RB9, this process, cancellations and rescheduling, has been streamlined to move you in steps one after another instead of being separate functions. Let's take a look at these enhancements. All right, so let's go to the calendar function, list view. And let's start the process of scheduling a new job. So first of all, we're going to click new at the top right. Here you'll notice the system automatically brings you to search for the scheduling firm. So we're going to search for Pearson Spector and select that firm. Now first, let's take a look at the scheduled by drop-down menu. Notice that all contacts for the selected scheduling firm are listed to give you the choices to choose from. So all contacts that will be scheduling for a firm should be created as their own contact entry. Again, this is beneficial because you can search the job calendar by scheduled by. A lot of you do that. And now that is an actual contact lookup, it will give you the exact numbers. So let's fill in some job data. Let's choose ordering contact Harvey, set a date and time. And as we're filling out job information, you'll all notice that these fields are very familiar. So we're going to scroll down and stop at the job location now. That's good enough. So let's pull the drop down, and we're going to select same as ordering firm. Now notice to the right, there's a checkbox that reads, automatically update job location when linked job is changed, even after the job date has passed. If this option is checked, the job location will update with whatever the firm address is changed to. If this option is left unchecked, which it is by default, then the location will stay the same. So let's go ahead and save this job. Let's click save at the top. And now we're at the party section here. So we'll notice how Harvey Specter has been added as a job party, and that's because he's the ordering contact on the job. So let's go back up to the top to look at the ordering contact field. And let's change this to Jessica Pearson. And click Save and Edit. And let's go to the Party section. And now we'll notice that the original job party that was added has changed to the ordering client that we changed to. So with the addition of tasks, it was necessary to streamline the canceling and rescheduling of jobs. Canceling and rescheduling jobs is a task in RB8 that requires multiple steps to be completed in order for a job to be canceled, clients to be notified, and assigned resources to be notified. They're basically all separate functions, and it does not flow one after another. So let's go ahead and get out of this job. And we're going to search for job number 18331. And let's go ahead and go into this job, and we're going to click on Edit. Good. Now, right below there, you'll see the status drop down. So we're going to go ahead and click the arrow to the right and select Change Status. And now the status to be, we're going to select Canceled. And now we can leave a remark right here if we want to. And at this point, right here, this is where the streamlining in RB9 begins. So let's go ahead and click Save. So RB will now tell you automatically, do you want to cancel this job? Yes. Do you want to send the job cancellation to the client? Yes. We can choose our form, standard cancellation, click OK. That's gone. Now, do you also want to notify the assigned resource? Yes. Check our resource at the top, select, and you can see our form is already selected at the bottom. Click Send. This is a much better process than having to cancel the job, then go and send the cancellation letter out manually, then go to assigned resources, and then send the cancellation notice to the resource. That is going to conclude the calendar enhancements for RB9.